Welcome back to a very special edition of the ABR Weekend Preview. It is a special edition as we are without the A in ABR this morning. Aaron Bain is on the road, so I'm lucky enough to be joined by one of our head honchos, Christy Edwards. Welcome aboard.
Thank you, Nathan.
Very exciting to have you with us for the very first time, and a very big weekend for not only the harness stable but the thoroughbreds as well. We have the return of Shady Thinker to touch on, but we aren't going to be completely without Aaron. We're going to throw to him in Victoria, I think, so he can help us with that harness preview, as we are not really as equipped as he is on that front. But tell us a little bit about your role, Christy. You play a very big part in the ownership side here at ABR. How did you come to get involved in the stable, and what do you get up to on a weekly basis?
Yeah, look, it was a bit of a sort of serendipitous moment, a chance encounter with Barend about a year ago, and one thing led to another, and all of a sudden I had a part-time job in horse racing, which was a dream come true. My role is in owner engagement and experience, so I facilitate the stable tours, I attend race days to make sure owners are getting the very best experience, and yeah, ultimately meet with the team on a regular basis to just work out how we can continue to do things better and achieve our goal of being inclusive, engaging and successful. Very,
very good. It is a big part, and you, as you touched on there, you do a lot around Anguston with those stable tours, and we had a group out this morning, luckily enough, to have a look at some of the fantastic 2-year-olds we have coming through. So really good to see people out here, and it is definitely a very big part of the job is making sure that owners feel included and enjoy themselves as part of the experience.
Absolutely, and you touched on there the 2-year-olds. It's that exciting time of year when our yearlings are getting older and starting to get closer to jump outs and the like. Very exciting to have our first 2-year-old jump out yesterday for Wayne Mitchell and the team, and Drew Ha. A little bit green, but that's what it's all about, learning and a nice trial. And one of our D'Argento colts, D'Argento Genie, will be jumping out on Monday at Murray Bridge. So super excited to see those yearlings and 2-year-olds now starting to head to the races.
Yeah, very exciting time, and nothing more exciting than having one of our nice horses kick off first up on Saturday. Shady Thinker, really well-performed young horse, and one we're really excited to have back at the races. So we'll preview his race at Morphettville tomorrow, as well as one runner going around at Minderey Hallerton, Mrs. Pennycracker. So we should dive into Saturday at Morphettville. Shady Thinker goes around first up, as I said, over the 1,200 metres. Opened up favourite, Christy, looks hard to beat.
Yeah, look, we've been super happy with the way that Shady Thinker has been training at home. Some really nice times in his training track work of late. Fortunately, our little deal with the barrier gods seems to have been sorted, and we've drawn a lovely gate, and we really expect him to run well tomorrow.
Yeah, he looks really well placed, and as you said, that gate's certainly an advantage, and if he can kind of park himself not too far off the speed, we think he'll be finishing off well late, and if he brings his best form, he should be very, very hard to beat. So excited because we've got a fantastic ownership group in him. So excited to hopefully get everyone involved in the mounting yard and get around to as many people as we can. Moving on from Saturday at Morphettville, we've got one at the lovely Minderey Hallerton, Christy. Have you had the chance to venture out there before?
No, I had to look on a map, being a former Victorian, but I'm assured it's not too far. And yeah, it's nice to get Mrs. Pennycracker over to what we think is a very winnable race for her. She's sort of been running well without winning, and hopefully, again, a nice gate and the field that she meets, we're really hoping we can get that win on the board.
Yeah, she steps up to a nice trip on Sunday, and I think if she can overcome the challenges of that tight track, she should be right in the finish. We expect her to run a really big race, likely to be favourite there on her recent form. Now, done with the thoroughbred side, should we get Mr. Aaron Bain involved?
Absolutely.
Live from on the road, Mr. Aaron Bain, welcome to the ABR Weekend Preview. It's been very nice not having you this morning, but how is your drive going?
Well, it's you're getting very technical, Nathan, to be able to dial me in from stall currently on the way back home. But yeah, well done there. Good effort.
Only the best, mate. That's what I'm here for. And we just had a chat with Christy. She's having her ABR Weekend Preview debut, and it's going very well without you. But we do need your help with a bit of a harness racing preview.
You just say you need my help, so you still need me. All right, we'll push on.
Well, we head to, where would you like to head to first? Do you want to kick it off with Globe Derby or Melton? What are you prepared for?
Go to Globe, that's fine. Let's stay local.
Okay, now, excitingly, we've got a debutante kicking off 1 milli in race 6, I believe. Wayne Hill aboard. That is in the Golden Nursery.
Yeah, it's the first heat of the Golden Nursery, so 2 heats. 1 Millie, one of our 2-year-olds through the 22 yearlings we purchased with a great group of owners. Now 2-year-old, having her sort of first and hopefully second start here in the final next week, should all go to plan, and then basically across to Emma and Clayton. So something a little bit off kilter where we've began her preparation here. She, just with other futurities around, we've elected to sort of go the Golden Nursery route, which is for locally trained horses. She's trialled up beautifully, one could say, but she goes okay, fair to say. But look, she gets a nice draw, but probably a tricky draw. There's a fair bit of speed, middle of the line, that she potentially ends up 3 back the fence. It might be a little bit tricky, but that's up to Wayne Hill to navigate. He's probably got the best horse in the race.
Moving on one race later in the second heat of the Golden Nursery, we've got Open the Gates last start winner drawn on the front row as well, Wayne Hill.
Yeah, going really well. Obviously, second up. She's had a fair bit of time between her first and now second one. That being said, we sort of targeted this race with her, and hasn't been a lot of 2-year-old racing around, particularly for her. So, drawn well. Some chance she finds her way to the front. I think if she leads, she probably takes a lot of beating. Got a nice bit of ability. Just wish she was probably a hand bigger. She's what she lacks in height, she makes up for in speed and heart. But nice little filly. Probably, if she clashes with 1 Millie in the final next week, I'd probably sit the way of 1 Millie. But look, she can win her heat and win through to the final next week.
And finally, in race 9, stable favourite Macca Reach the Peak goes around. Bernadette Page sticks here after a really good run last start, chasing a nice horse and running second. Been very consistent this prep.
Yeah, good opportunity for Bernadette here on Reach the Peak. Obviously, Wayne Hill driving Silver Pistol, who is on the float currently back across from Emma and Clayton's with their other horse in Mickey to Success, who heads up one of the main hopes and be a short price favourite, one would think, for his heat of the SA Cup. So Wayne driving Silver Pistol there, and a good reward for him as part of our team as well. Emma keeping him aboard, her horses coming across, and that opens up the opportunity for Bernadette on Reach the Peak. So look, she drove him beautifully on Monday. That was just a nice little lead into this this weekend, and a nice draw we can sort of just follow and be really handy. I'd expect him to qualify and make his way through to the main race, or the main one, next Saturday night.
So on Globe, before we move on to Melton, are we expecting a big run from all three? Who is your best and most likely winner out of those three?
1 Millie, Wayne. Just be on your game and navigate a path through.
Very, very good. He's a very good listener of the episodes, I think, Wayne Hill. So moving on to Melton on Saturday night, we've got a handful going around here. Shoreline Dream, first cab off the rank.
Yeah, the 2 horses we didn't want to draw barrier 1 for the weekend drew barrier 1 in 1 Million Shoreline Dream. The ones that we wanted to draw barrier 1, I think, drew the worst. So always the way on these bigger nights. But Shoreline Dream, he's got enough gate speed, but it is a naturally quick front line. Nice horse, last start winner. Not much more to be said. He's won his last 2. He's an improving type, and probably looks a very good chance, really. But these 2-year-old races can always show up a different result or two, but he's a nice progressive horse.
I noticed that Emma Stewart has actually got the favourite in that, a first starter. Any insight into how that runner may go? Most exciting?
Market expectations probably tell us we're running second.
Okay, very, very good. Race 3, one race later, we've got Beach Diamond going around after back-to-back wins. 4 on the trot for Beach Diamond.
Yeah, really impressive win last week in those conditions, trying conditions. Tailwind down the back, headwind in the straight. They went a really quick 26.9 down the back and got home in 27.3 in those blustery conditions. But look, she's a lovely filly. Just would have loved to see her draw anywhere on the front line, not inside the second row. That's the only draw we didn't want. So, look, she's going to have to navigate a path through that barriers just against her, but equally the best horse in the race. Just needs some luck in running to get off and get into the race.
And that is a Group 1 race. And then we move on to... Now, this is a rare occurrence. We've got one for Emma Stewart over there that is at double figures. Captain Perfect, $12 in race 5.
Oh, it's another Group 1, the Victoria Derby. It's a hotly contested. It's a time-honoured feature, and he's drawn accordingly nearly outside the second row. So, look, he's He's got a few things up against him, but his run in the heat last week would arguably be as good as any horse that ran through the heats. He was, ultra impressive outside the leader, did it really tough and was still fighting out the finish. He's going to relish the 2,700 like he did last week in the heat. If he does that again, if they set a bit of a hot tempo up front and he's coming into it late, he'll be getting the line as good as any because he'd run 4,700 metres, so as quick as he'd run 2,700. So he's a lovely staying type. He's made for a race like this. I'd be happy to have him each way at $12.
Very, very good. 2 more to go at Melton now. Very popular horse in the Ladyship Cup. You've got Kiss coming off her first up win, $1.85.
Omen Bet with the lead guitarist passing away sadly today of Kiss. So look, she gets her chance to win a Group 3 here, but very good last week. Can't fold her. Hotly contested race and nice mares in it. Can't see why she can't win.
Are you a big Kiss fan? What do you listen to on these road trips?
No, that was an owner that passed that on to me. So it was just, I thank Scott Lapsley for passing that through on a group chat earlier. So I was able to use that one on the radio.
I think what you listen to on these road trips is just the sound of your own voice on repeat. Now, exciting runner here in race 9. No, Not the Buttons goes around. Had a few runs over there in Victoria now after spending a bit of time here locally in South Australia. $4.50 chance.
Yeah, really good. He was great last week, 153.9 for the mile rate. Didn't look like he was going to win, but picked him up late. Yeah, $4.50, about his right price. I'd love to see him win a metro race at Melton Saturday night on what's a huge night of racing, Victoria Cup night.
Yeah, it's going to be a big one. Albion Park brings us to the end of the harness action. We've got one going around there with a bit of an interest with Chantel Turp and I'm a Queen Bee.
Yeah, she's been model of consistency, racing well, a couple of weeks between runs. Never runs a bad race, so hard to fault.
Yeah, she is going particularly well, that horse, and I noticed she's $5.50 in the market. She's certainly worth an each-way ticket there. She always runs a very honest race. Outside of that, Aaron, what else do you have to add for us, mate? We've had a pretty big week here locally on the Thoroughbred front.
Dream a Little Dream in at Gawler on Sunday as well. The Gawler Cup meeting there Sunday. She's in a heat for a $20,000 final next Saturday night on Cup night. Looks well placed in her heat to run, and I would think she'll take plenty of beating in that race. So, you'd love a horse like her purchased for a good group of owners to sort of come across and then, potentially running a 20 grand race on SA Cup night, be a good thrill for them. And she's, based on the 2 heats I can see on paper, she'd be one of the major players. So in an all-in market if there was one. So look forward to getting her there Sunday, and then just building through to the following week as each week continues to produce nice horses and nice results for owners.
And before we let you go, we've added our 2 cents on our thoughts of Shady Thinker Saturday. Could you describe his chances in 5 words, Aaron?
No further comment. Nice horse.
That's not bad. You've done all right there on the spot. So good expectations
that was
with
5
him.
words.
Yeah, it was. You've done a good job.
Comment. Nice horse.
Okay, I won't make you comment any further. We've said enough about him, I think. And Gawler Cup next Friday, obviously a really exciting time for the stable. We'll do a preview between now and then, but excited for the week ahead?
Yeah, it really is. And, Barrier Draw, Calcutta on Tuesday night. We've got 2 runners heading to the Gawler Cup. Obviously, Dual Pressure, a really impressive last start winner, and equally goes in what's going to be a strong Gawler Cup. Names being floated around: Air Assault, Chicago Storm, Pudding. It's not going to be an easy race to win. It'll be one of the harder Gawler Cups contested in recent years, but great to be a part of it with potentially 2 runners. And as I said, Barrier Draw Tuesday night, we'll have a bit of an owners function for those 2 horses on the Thursday, and then we'll roll into Gawler and hopefully roll out with the Gawler Cup, which eluded us last year, running second. So hopefully we can go one better and do Midnight Mass, Proud, who's recently retired for the stable, but he was unlucky not to win last year. Hopefully one of the 2 can put their hand up this year. Very
good. Well, I'd love to say it's been a pleasure having you on, Matt Aaron, but we'll unfortunately have you back next week, but we appreciate your insights, mate.
Thanks, and make sure to ring me if you need any help along the way, which you've done all the way over and all the way back. So we'll talk soon.
Very good, Captain. Bye-bye.
See ya.
He's not bad, that guy, Christy. He does a good job.
He does do well.
But hopefully we can get this out because I'm pretty sure he's pretty desperate to have a listen to it on his drive home because he loves the sound of his own voice. But anything else before we wrap it up?
Oh, no, just really wanted to echo, Gawler Cup next week. Should be a big day with runners not only in the Gawler Cup but should have a number of other runners on the day. And just want to reach out to all our owners who are listening, even if you haven't got a horse running and you're heading out. please reach out to myself or Nathan. Our details are on the website, and we'd love to, if we haven't met you, we'd love to come and meet you. We'd love to introduce you to some other owners, and it should be a really great day.
Yeah, really looking forward to it. And as we've said throughout, really looking forward to this week's action. And have you got a best bet out of all of those, Christy? Aaron asked me for one the other week, and it was very unlucky not to win. What have you got?
Oh, I think it'd have to be Shady Thinker in the Thoroughbreds, and I'd probably have to go with 1 million the harness.
Ooh, that might be a little all up. We might play across the weekend. But good luck to everyone, owners, punters, listeners. We are really enjoying getting this out to you guys on a weekly basis, and hope you're enjoying the communication going forward. Cheers.